Hello and welcome. I have seen so many comments about British pigs in a blanket, so I have to try them for myself. But while we're at it, I thought I would try something else that looked really interesting, devils on a horseback. But let's get right into the pigs in a blanket. You're going to start with what you would call streaky bacon. I would just call bacon, and I'm just using a thick cut because I think it's easier to work with. Pigs in a blanket, kilted sausages, or kilted soldiers is a dish served in the United Kingdom and Ireland, consisting of small sausages, usually chipolatas, wrapped in bacon. They are a popular and traditional accompaniment to roast turkey in a Christmas dinner and are served as a side dish. So I'm going to take cocktail sausages and wrap them up in bacon. I don't know if a smoked cocktail sausage is exactly appropriate, but this doesn't feel like the sort of dish where you would go out of your way to like an upscale specialty market to find like an imported sausage to use. So I'm using the most common type of cocktail sausage that I can find at the grocery store without having to pay super high prices for it. I'm going to put these in the oven at 375 for 20 minutes or until they're done. Now let's move on to the Devils on Horseback. The name of this classic British appetizer is a clear allusion to the more famous Angels on Horseback. This recipe calls to use roasted almonds in the center. Others online I have seen say that you could use cheese as well, so I'm going to do that. Like I said, I found a British Stilton that I want to give a taste test to. And I did scrub this. It's all scrubbed and sanitized from the bacon before. Now, I do love blue cheese, so this won't be a stretch for me at all, but I've never had Stilton blue cheese. I'm usually either cheap about it, and I get one from like Wisconsin or Vermont, maybe. Mostly Wisconsin blue cheese. Or I get like a really expensive French one. The Stilton was kind of a mid-price point between the two. All right, let's give it a taste. That is a tasty cheese. What I love about this is how creamy it is. It is much, much creamier than any other blue cheese I've had. Wow, very tasty. The funk level is between, like, it's got a little bit more funk and flavor than an American Wisconsin blue cheese does, but it's not as intense of a funk as some of the like French blue cheeses I've had. It's sort of, again, a moderate between the two, but the richness, the creaminess is just off the charts. Yeah, I'm keeping this one in the future. I'm going to get that again. Tasty. So what I'm going to do is get several little pieces of this cut before I bring out the bacon, so I'm not contaminating the cheese with the raw bacon. All right, assembly time again. Got bacon. I'm going to cut these in thirds before I pull it apart. How about that? Well, that was so much better of an idea. Wow. I was supposed to cut them in half, not thirds. Luckily, the bacon was buy one, get one free. Such a great idea. Cutting it before I laid them out and looked at the recipe. Saved a lot of time. And I have some prunes that I've been soaking in a strong brewed black tea. And I used Berry's tea for that. This is just what we keep on hand because it's a really good tea that's easily available for us. Stuff each prune with an almond. I'm going to be stuffing part of them with cheese. I'm making more stuff with cheese than with almonds because the cheese stuffed ones sound tastier to me. All right, this isn't so hard once you get the hang of it. A bit odd. Prunes that smell like tea being stuffed with blue cheese. Okay, I need to roll these up and use the cocktail stick in them. Look at all these delicious little things on a tray. Hey, hey. I am going to go ahead and put these in the oven while the pigs in a blanket finish. It says to use the broiler, what do you call it? Broiler, what is this? The grill. The grill function on the oven where it's just like high heat on top. But I'm just going to go ahead and put them in there with the pigs in a blanket for a little bit and then turn the broiler on. They don't both fit, so I'm going to turn the broiler on the pigs in the blanket to crisp up the top real quick. And then I'm sticking the devils on a horseback in. All right, let's take these bad boys out. Let's take them out right now. Woo! Doggies! Look at them pigs. Smell tasty. Put these horsies in. There you go, you little devils. It said serve immediately. I think I would burn my tongue off permanently if I try to eat one of these right this second. I will wait a few minutes for these to calm on down. I have shown the patience of a saint and refrained from trying these pigs in a blanket until the devils on horseback come out. I think they're ready. Hey-o. It was hard to tell if I was burning the cinder with the prunes, that like dark black. I guess that's the devil. It looks delicious. And I really, really, really need to let these cool completely because all the sugar and the prunes gonna burn. That liquid hot cheese in there is gonna burn. Let's go in for a British pig in a blanket. Oh my god, that is wicked. Wicked. Wow. Never thought to try like a cocktail sausage and bacon together like that before. Seemed like it would be too much, and it kind of is, but it's like simultaneously way too much and then just perfect also. With a nice stout beer, the flavors hold up to each other. Wow. If I were eating these at a party, you might have to roll me home at the end of the night. Holy bajooly. All right, well, I can't stop with just one. I have to try at least one more. Wowzers, those are good. Okay, yeah, I like it. I do like pigs in a blanket with the American crescent roll, though, which is not anything close to a croissant. It's, I don't know what you would call it. Making pigs in a blanket with those is tasty. Making them with regular like Pillsbury canned biscuits, tasty. I like it. This is something totally different. What I would think about doing is making these as is, cooking them all the way through, crisping up the bacon and everything on the outside, and then rolling them in crescent dough and putting them in the oven to bake the crescent dough around it. So it would be like a British pig in a blanket as the filling of an American pig in a blanket. Let's give this devil on a horseback a try. A little bit bigger than the pig in a blanket. Hot. The prune and the bacon are amazing. Don't love the almond in it. That prune that has been soaked in tea is a really tasty, delicate flavor. I like these better than I like like a bacon wrapped date or like the ones you get in Spanish tapas. It's not as sweet. Having soaked them gives them more moisture. It's just a little bit more mellow of a flavor. Let's go for that cheese one. Cheers. Oh my god, with that Stilton in the middle. All right, the devil on a horseback with the Stilton cheese in the middle. I like that best of all. Better than the pigs in a blanket, but I do love the pigs in a blanket. Don't love the almond in the middle of a devil on a horseback, but it's not awful. And boy, does a stout beer really stand up to this. Wowzers. I cannot sit here and eat this whole tray. Well, I could. I should not. All right. Let me know if I did these right. Even if I did them wrong, they're still flippin' tasty. I did see the recipe for angels on horseback, and I thought about making them, but they require shucking oysters. And I grew up in Oklahoma. I live in Chicago. Both are thousands of miles away from the nearest sea, the nearest ocean. So seafood is completely alien to me, and I've never had an oyster. I don't know. I don't trust the ocean. If I'm being completely honest, it seems suspicious to me. But these are very, very tasty. And maybe should I try angels on horseback? Because I certainly love devils on horseback. But that is all for today. If you have liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. That helps more than you can know. If you have not already and you would like to, please subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the future.